this thing on. Hi everybody. I wanted to bring you guys along this week. It's kind of like a week in my life slash cozy hobbies that I like to do throughout my weeks. I just thought it would be fun to start documenting some of the things I create or cozy hobbies that I might do on the day-to-day. Recently, my most favorite cozy hobby has been reading. I came across ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I had heard a little bit about it on Book Talk. And so I picked it up, brought it home. I think I read that full book in 2 sittings maybe. Granted, I was unemployed at the time, so I literally had nothing else to do. I ate that book up. So immediately after finishing that, obviously went and bought the second book, loved it even more, and then the rest is kind of history. I've been reading a bunch ever since then. My little bookshelf is in the back here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but it's ever expanding. It's already like overflowing. I'm gonna have to get a new one soon. Luckily though, I am a pretty avid Kindle girly. I read pretty exclusively on my Kindle, I will say, just because it's so convenient and easy, and I just feel like it makes reading go by a lot faster, and I don't know, I just really enjoy reading on my Kindle. But I will say it is nice to have hardcovers too, and sometimes if I'm ever feeling like I'm in a reading slump, it's fun to pick up a physical copy of a book and read that way. I just feel like, I don't know, something about it is exciting when you've been reading on a Kindle for like book after book after book. That was kind of the case for the book I'm currently reading, actually just about to finish it. I was traveling, visiting a friend in Charlotte last week, and I was feeling like for the plane ride home, I wanted a new book to binge. I'm actually in the middle of the first Daisy Hates book by Jessa Hastings. The first Magnolia Parks book a few months ago, and it was fine. It's definitely not my favorite, but I saw one of my friends on Goodreads was reading the first Daisy Hates book, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a try, see what's going on in the Magnolia Parks world. And I do enjoy it. I just think it's very character driven rather than plot driven. And for my trip home, I was just looking for something sort of more fast paced. And so I took a small break from Daisy Hates, and I actually picked up Funny Story by Emily Henry. I am almost done with it. I'm on page 361 out of 387, so literally so close to being done. I'm gonna finish this tonight, and then I will come back and give you my thoughts. So I finished Funny Story by Emily Henry last night, and I really liked it. This was a 5-star romance for me, which the more videos I come out in the future, you'll probably see. I'm kind of tough on romance books. A lot of the time I find them to be kind of cringe and super predictable, which this one was a little bit predictable, but felt like their situation, although it's not something that would probably ever really happen, their struggles in a way made sense to me, and I wasn't like frustrated the whole time reading it, which a lot of the time in romance books I'm super frustrated because it's just like, just get together already. Like, we all know what's gonna happen in the end, right? But like, it takes forever and ever. But for some reason, this book, the tension I really enjoyed, and I didn't feel frustrated by the characters. I didn't feel like, hurry up already. I was actually enjoying the process. So basically we're following our female main character, Daphne, who is engaged to her fiance, Peter, who ends up leaving her for his childhood best friend. So she's living with Peter at the time of the breakup. And so she's living in a town away from home, away from her mom and her friends. So when he leaves her for his best friend, she's kind of stranded and needs to find a place to go. She ends up moving in with our main male character, Miles, who happens to be Peter's childhood best friend's boyfriend. So they both get broken up with, and then they move in together. So starting off, Daphne doesn't really feel like that initial, I guess, attraction to Miles. He's not her typical type. So she didn't really think anything of it. She was just kind of stranded and needed somewhere quick to go. Yeah, I don't want to say too much without giving any spoilers, but basically you're following Daphne and Miles's journeys of self-discovery and life after a breakup. There's some tension, and there's a fake dating subplot, which is, I love a fake dating in a book. It always engages me. I think it's so fun, so funny, and Emily Henry did such a good job with it. This was a 5-star read for me. Highly, highly recommend.
Really?
So it's a very rainy, cozy day in Jersey. So I figured it would be the perfect day to stay inside, put on a show, and do a little bit of crocheting. So I'm thinking today I want to crochet a little makeup bag or travel bag or toiletry bag, whatever. I've made a few of these before, but I'm thinking I want to make a smaller version of one that I could use sort of more every day. So I'm thinking I want to make a makeup bag similar to one that I've made in the past. So it's just a little makeup bag. I mostly use this one for traveling because it's pretty big and it can fit a bunch of stuff. Which is really nice for traveling. So this bag is just a whole bunch of granny squares put together, and then I lined it with my sewing machine, added a zipper, and it's super cute. I love this makeup bag. It's honestly pretty easy to make. Granny squares are probably my favorite thing to crochet. They keep me interested the whole time. I think a lot of times when I'm doing like a big project, I could easily get bored, and then a lot of the time I just won't even finish that project. I have a whole bunch of projects that are just like half finished, so maybe sometime in the future I'll do another video possibly of me finishing some of my unfinished crochet projects. But for now, I'm in the mood to make another one of these little guys, except this time I'm thinking I'm gonna make it smaller. I don't know exactly yet the construction I'm thinking, but you'll see what I mean later. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, probably not, but I can get a good head start today. I'm gonna throw on the new episode of Survivor that came out and yeah, just get to crocheting. So this is my little craft cabinet. It's mostly filled with yarn. Voila. Also, I forgot to mention, this project that I'm doing is a great project for just leftover yarn. If you're anything like me, you have a whole bunch of yarn in so many different colors, and this is a great project just to use a whole variety of a bunch of different colors and start to whittle down the yarn stash. So yeah, let's pick out a few colors that I'll be using for this project. So this is what we're working with. Got some pinks, greens, a few different blues, yellows, oranges, and then the white is gonna be my main color to use. But I feel like they're giving Kyle such a winner's edit. Like, it seems so obvious. I don't know. If he doesn't win, I'll actually be kind of shocked. But I'm okay with it because I actually want him to win. I love his little secret alliance with Camilla. I think that's like the only interesting part of this season, to be honest. Granted, I love Survivor and it'll always be entertaining to me, but I don't know, this season hasn't like shocked me so much with anything, and it's just kind of been just like a normal season of Survivor. But I'm excited to see what happens with Kyle and Camilla. Hopefully they make it to the end, and we'll see. have 6 squares done. So this is gonna be one side of the bag. So I'm gonna lay them out in an order I like and then just repeat the process. So make 6 more of these, do 1 more of each color, and then combine them, and then that'll make the full bag. So I'm gonna lay them out in an order I like and then attach them.